Good afternoon and welcome to our November Bastrop Chamber Luncheon. We're so glad to have you here. My name is Becky Womble and I'm the President and CEO of the Bastrop Chamber of Commerce. And on behalf of our Board of Directors and staff, it's my honor to welcome you here to this webinar today. So we want to start this lunch like we start every one of our lunches. And so we want to give thanks for the community that we live in. And so today we have baby Ruth Bullock with us. She is the other half of my A team. That's the AM team when we're in times of disaster, and my fellow disaster hotline phone buddy. So welcome baby Ruth to our luncheon today, and thank you for being with us to give blessings for everything that we have in Bastrop and Bastrop County. Uh-oh, did we lose baby Ruth? Let's see. Well, we lost her, I believe. Uh-oh. Well, if you don't mind, bow your heads and I'll give our blessing today, and maybe we'll get baby Ruth back on with us for our December luncheon. But dear Heavenly Father, I just thank you for this community. I thank you for this community and this county that we live in. And I just pray that how we behave and how we act can be a beacon to the rest of the state and to our nation. I just thank you for the collaborative partnerships that we have and the community partners that just make this amazing place to play, work, and raise a family. Lord, I just ask that you be with us today and that you help us learn something new that we can take out and build a better community going forward. We appreciate everything that you do, and we're so grateful and thankful for the many blessings that you give us. And we just ask for prayers for our nation right now. And we know that you have a plan, and we just thank you for it. We ask for all these things in your name. Amen. So on to our sponsors. We could not do this every month, month in and month out, without amazing sponsors. And so our sponsor today is Bluebonnet Electric. Typically they sponsor our first responders luncheon, but for obvious reasons, we could not have that big celebration this year. But Bluebonnet Electric is an amazing community partner. They have been with us since January 1st of 1989, they've been a member. And they've sponsored a luncheon for the chamber for the last 20 years, being the first responders lunch. So if you see one of those employees out in the community, tell them thank you for what they do, because they give to all kinds of organizations, and we're so grateful for that. So, and then we're also so grateful to all of our amazing sponsors during 2020. Like I reiterated a couple different times, when they signed on to be sponsors for our lunches in 2020, they had no idea that these would be going virtual. But 100% of our sponsors have continued to sponsor and support the chamber. So we just thank you so much for being a sponsor. Also, the next thing, we want to say thank you for the 7 brand new members that we have that are members of the chamber as of our last board meeting. Typically, we would have a PowerPoint slide, but we can't do that today. So please go to our website, scroll down just a little bit, and you'll see those 7 brand new members. And Christmas is just around the corner, guys. And if there was ever a year that it was important to shop local and shop a fellow chamber member, it is in 2020. So before you shop, please go to our website, check it out, see who our fellow members are, and shop with them. You know, the taxes that you pay help fund, you know, our budgets and stuff with the city. And so it all comes back to our community. So support your local community. But the next thing I want to talk about after membership is we have a brand new membership engagement manager, and we're so excited. We kind of held off a little bit on hiring this 4th person at the chamber just because we wanted to make sure that the chamber remained strong and that we felt comfortable with somebody going out into the community and developing those community relationships. And so today I want to introduce Megan Gandy. So Megan, you want to jump on and say a few words to our membership?
Hi, of course. I'm so excited to be here and to meet everybody in Bastrop. I didn't realize how strong of a chamber and business network y'all have. I was looking through your directory book and I was like, oh my gosh, how am I going to find new businesses? You already have them all. You have an amazing chamber and an amazing amount of businesses. And I'm just excited to be on board and to continue growing a strong community.
Thank you, Megan. For those of you who don't know, she will start with us on November 16th. So we encourage you until we can start meeting together in person that you stop by the chamber and meet her, wearing your mask, of course. But anyways, come by and meet Megan, and we can't wait to add her to our team. And she already sat through our board orientation last Friday, and so we are excited to add her to our community. So welcome, Megan. The next thing I want to talk about real quickly is in 2021, we decided to roll out our tiered dues investment schedule. It's something that we really planned on doing in 2019, but just didn't have the bandwidth at that time to do it. So we had a conscious effort to do that in January of 2020. And literally it's been a lifeline for the chamber to remain strong, as well as fellow businesses in our community. Because of your increased investment and your support of the chamber, literally we've been able to offer a comped membership for 15 fellow chamber members this year. This speaks volumes about what we're doing in this county and what we're doing and why we're in this together. So I want to thank you for your support of the chamber, for believing in the chamber and keeping your chamber strong, because like I said, all of us working together is what's going to get us through this. So we want to thank you very much for your continued support. And so talking about our community, we have a Confederate monument that is going to be moved off the courthouse lawn. And so there's an amazing committee that's been put together to help raise funds to move that monument. So I want to introduce Shara Johnson today, because she's part of that committee, and talk about what they're trying to do to raise money to move this monument. So Ms. Johnson, you want to take it over for a minute?
Thank you very much, Becky. And I'd also like to introduce my committee co-chair, Cheryl Lee. We have two co-chairs of the committee, and Cheryl's going to give you some background on our committee and what we're doing, and then I will finish off with the fundraising part.
Awesome.
Hi, thank you guys for inviting us to the luncheon today to discuss the process of removing the Confederate monuments. I was on the initial committee to start the initiative to try to get the court to agree to remove the monuments. And part of our approach to that initiative was that we did not want them to be moved out of the county. We didn't want them to be destroyed. We simply wanted the understanding of that we didn't feel they should be on the courthouse grounds. But part of our, I guess, thinking and trying to get this to happen was to make sure that the community understood we didn't want it to be done and taxpayers have to pay the cost for it. We know the importance of the monuments to some in our community, while also acknowledging the importance of their removal for others in our community. So thankfully we were successful and I really think it's because we took that approach. We didn't take the approach of other cities with the riots and the knocking them down and putting them in the warehouse. We had a goal of simply placing them somewhere else other than the courthouse. And we are on the tail end of that. We have some very viable options. We have two very good options, two likely options within the county. And we've been reached out to out of the city and out of the state. But we have two very good options in the county, which is where we wanted them to go. We have a really great bid on the table right now to move them. So it's just a matter of raising the money and keeping with our promise to not have to have taxpayer dollars go toward the relocation. we need help raising money. So during the process, Ryan Holiday, who's a popular artist here in Bastrop that I never knew was here, but he's pretty famous apparently. And he offered day one $10,000 back in June. And once the agreement was made to remove them, I was like, still good for that 10,000. And he said yes, and quickly wrote us a check. Through other community donations, we've gotten some smaller donations, but it's still not enough to push us toward that goal. So we're trying to reach out more to businesses in the community, entertainers, even from Texas, to try to get those efforts up. And that's why we'd like to come to you guys today for some help on that effort. And I'll let Cheryl go into more detail.
Yes, as Cheryl said, this really is a community effort. If we were only taking the monuments down, that would not be particularly expensive. It's doing so in a way that we can preserve and relocate them. Our fundraising goal is $50,000. And to date, we, of course, got off to a great start with Ryan Holiday's $10,000 donation. But we've received many bids. I'm sorry, not many bids. We've received many donations from community members. And so right now we're at $16,000, just a hair over $16,000. And that leaves us with $34,000 yet to raise to reach our goal. But I think it's really important that everybody knows that the reason it's so expensive is that engineers are going to be involved. Wooden crates are going to be built to protect the obelisk. It really is expensive to make sure that these monuments are well taken care of and adequately protected in the move, and that when they are reinstalled, that they have a proper foundation so it won't blow over in a big storm. So if you are interested in helping, we would gladly welcome your contributions and your ideas. You can get in touch with me, and my email address is my name, sharajohnson@gmail.com. My phone number is 512-284-4624. You can write us a check and send it to our post office box 136 in Bastrop 78602. You can also donate online. We have a website, and it's www.Bastrop Confederate Monument Relocation Fund.org. And so that's a real quick and easy way to make a donation. If you have any suggestions for potential donors, we would welcome your ideas with that too. So please reach out to either one of us, and we appreciate your help.
Thank you guys for inviting us again.
Well, thank you for what you're doing. I mean, I know that this is a completely volunteer committee that you guys are serving on, and appreciate your attitude about it, because there are a variety of feelings about it. And so, but that again, working together like this is what makes Bastrop and Bastrop County so amazing to live and play and work. So thank you, ladies, for being with us today. So another amazing community partner that I love working with is our Bastrop Independent School District. And so every month we always like to do a Bastrop Independent School District Spotlight. And so today we have with us our very own Superintendent, Barry Edwards. Barry's been with the district about 13 years, and he has served, I guess, about the last 2 years as our official superintendent. And it's been an interesting couple of years, huh, Barry?
You can say that again, Becky, for sure.
So nothing, I don't think there's anything that you planned for here, is it?
Well, we had a lot of plans, Becky, but as you know, kind of got interrupted. And that's kind of what I'd like to talk to you today, to the chamber about. Becky, it seems like almost a lifetime ago since I had the opportunity to be in front of the chamber, our friends and supporters, back in March of 2020 to talk about the Citizens Advisory Task Force. And at that time, I had the privilege to introduce to the chamber a group of outstanding individuals that were identified as people that could come together from our community to challenge us and create solutions to the growing needs of our school district, which, as we all know, are fast growth in our aging facilities. And that's where the Citizens Advisory Task Force was born. You know, that group of people, they immediately got to work. They met for hours. Becky, you can attest to this, in hours. And I'll say it one more time, in hours, over several months, just over a year ago. And they studied, learned, listened, and they certainly reflected on the issues that we were facing in the Bastrop Independent School District. And for those of you that were at that last meeting, you may recall, and for those new members, all their work resulted in an outstanding $140 million bond proposal that cost our taxpayers $0. It did not raise their taxes in any way, shape, or form. And we believe that we had the momentum to have a successful May election in 2020. And then, needless to say, as we all know, the unexpected closure of our schools and our communities due to COVID shut us down. And subsequently, then the election was postponed to November. And then ultimately, based on the needs of the community and everything else, it was canceled altogether until a future date. So today, I'm so excited to let y'all know, and I appreciate the time to reignite and energize all of us to reintroduce us to our Citizens Advisory Task Force. I'm happy to let y'all know the band is getting back together. We're going to be back and ready. As a reminder of what the Citizens Advisory Task Force is, it's a diverse group of 59 men and women who represent all parts of our community throughout Bastrop ISD. It's made up of parents, grandparents, business owners, civic leaders, clergy, retirees, and others who are truly invested in not only the success of our children, but our community at large. So now we're at a point where we're somewhat much more settled in to the start of our school year. It's time to dust off those binders and refocus our efforts on the future of BISD and the community at large, and get prepared for the potential calling of a 2021 bond. And so as we prepare for that, what I would say is that with our eye firmly focused on 2021 and looking to the future, I want to inform the community and the chamber that we've since adopted our 2021 tax rate. And I'm so proud to say that it's $1.32, which is 5 cents less. Yes, less. We lowered the tax rate, the BISD tax rate for this year. Our immediate focus will continue to be, and I want to reassure everyone, to safely keep our schools open and address the needs of our students and staff. But I think we can all agree, and we clearly understand that the overall needs addressed in that 2020 bond still exist. They're still there. We still need to get active and get back going. I've been communicated with, and we've reached out to people. I believe the enthusiasm and commitment remains incredibly high to getting this back on the books and getting back to work. So our plan is, in closing, is that we're going to begin meeting with the original Citizens Advisory Task Force. And our first meeting will be this month, and our plan is to refocus on the purpose, the process, and the decisions from the January 2020 bond, reevaluate our growth and development trends and any other needs that may have come as a result of things that we learned through the COVID experience that we're still working through, consider the updated construction costs and market conditions, and ultimately update our finance and bonding capacity. Then we plan to follow that meeting up with a meeting in December to look at the priority rankings, look at what the needs look like, consider and reevaluate which projects should continue to be included and or added. And we anticipate that the Citizens Advisory Task Force would meet again and come to a recommendation in January to call a potential bond election for May of 2021. And so again, on behalf of the school district and our community partners and our friends, thank you for your attention and support. We look forward as we move forward to having the opportunity to come back to the chamber and present what the work of the Citizens Advisory Task Force and what's actually being recommended. And Becky, just 1 second before I go, I want to take a moment to congratulate Mr. Billy Moore and Ms. Molly Mcclure for their successful re-election to the Bastrop Independent School District Board of Trustees. We will continue our tremendous work and our effort towards improving our school district. And I also want to send a very special thanks to the other candidates who joined in and participated in the election. They put themselves out there. And it's only through true participation of all of our community, whether you win or lose, we know that you're interested in what goes on in our school districts. So please don't be discouraged by the fact that you weren't elected. Join us. We want to do this together. We don't want to divide our district in any way, shape, or form. So again, thank you to the candidates who ran and for your participation. And I appreciate the time, Becky.
Oh, Barry, thank you so much. It's so good to hear that kind of news and forward thinking into 2021. 2020 has not been my best year personally or professionally, and I am so looking forward to a new start. I love the beginning of the year anyways, because it means fresh starts and renewed spirits and a new focus. And so I'm excited to hear about the plans for the next year. Because this 2020 vision for Bastrop Future did not turn out the way we planned this year. So anyways, but thank you, Barry, for being such a great community partner and everything that you do. And we're so excited. We've got, I think, 5 We Believe in BIC visits scheduled for November. So it feels, I mean, even though I know we've got some restrictions on coming back on campus, it feels good to get back to that normalcy or that new normal that we've got. So our first visit is today, I think.
It is today at Bastrop Middle, and I look forward to seeing you all in the schools again. It's going to be fantastic. It'll energize you, I promise.
Yeah. Well, I think the visits that we've got scheduled are ones that were rescheduled from the spring that we didn't get to do. So instead of like the $200 wish list item, we're going to do $400 wish list item. So our back area back here is full of all kinds of special gifts for those campuses. So we're excited.
Well deserved. Thanks again to the Chamber and to you, Becky, for your support of the schools. Y'all take care.
All right. All right. One last thing before we get to our program. I want to give Brandon Burton with Community Matters just a couple minutes. We are in the process of doing ad sales for our 2021 community guide. And so Brandon is in the community right now, meeting with our previous advertisers and trying to cultivate a few new ones. So we're really excited about our next issue. So Brandon, tell us what you've got planned for us for this coming year in our new directory.
Thank you, Becky. As you mentioned, we're working on the new Chamber directory and community guide. And I liked the little plug that Megan gave to it as he introduced her, that she flipped through this to see all the great businesses that are here in Bastrop. And this is one of the great opportunities and ways that the Chamber really helps to promote business throughout the Bastrop community. I'm going to see if I can share a screen here real quick. Hopefully everybody can see this, but a couple of years ago, as our company Community Matters started doing the publishing for the community guide, we also implemented a direct mailing program for it. So we produced 16,000 copies, and they're mailed to every address, business and resident, throughout Bastrop and even some of the surrounding area. And then they're continually distributed at various locations throughout the year, roughly 75 locations in total. And it's on the Chamber's website as an interactive flip book, which a lot of you are probably familiar with in seeing similar publications. But let's see, this isn't going to my next slide. Anyway, my next slide had my contact information. So as Becky said, I am here in town meeting with businesses, doing like 10-minute appointments to show what advertising opportunities we have, what the spaces look like, kind of the format for the book. So I will put my contact information in the chat. And the easiest way is if you're interested in learning more, just click on my email, shoot me a quick email and say, send me more info. And then I can get you more information and we can look at setting up a short meeting to go over all the details. So that should be in the chat now, and I look forward to meeting with a lot of you.
Thank you, Brandon, for being with us today. And Community Matters just, what was it? I guess in the spring finished up the ad sales for our map. And so that map is coming in, I think, this next week. So we'll be delivering those to advertisers and have them available here at the chamber. We're completely out of our old map right now because during COVID and the museum and visitor center being shut down, the chamber kind of by default was functioning as a visitor center. So we've given out lots of those maps this last year and lots of our directories. So we'll be excited to get those replenished this next week. But Brandon, thank you for being with us. This is your 3rd year and you feel like part of the family now. So thank you for serving. I love Bastrop. Yeah, thank you for serving us so well. We'll see you tonight at dinner, okay?
Thank you.
All right, see ya. Okay, on to our program. And so today our program is the Bastrop Education Foundation. And if you don't know what the Education Foundation does, they give grants to teachers who submit applications for innovative things that they do in our school district. And so this was a program we actually had scheduled for May, but since obvious reasons, the same cancellations we've been talking about all year, we did not get to do that program in May. So today we have with us Amber Greenwald and Jennifer Long, who are both volunteers that serve on the committee for the Bastrop Education Foundation. And so we are going to start a video and then turn the program over to them so they can share about all the great things they've got going in 2021. So Chris is going to start it for us.
We would like to award you with 2 of them.
Miss Miller wrote a grant, and we have some money for her to buy some supplies for your school. You want to tell them about it? I got you guys lots and lots of books to read. Sorry, that was a little after.
The social emotional learning that we're already doing, we're going to expand it into our libraries. We're going to make it more accessible for our teachers and just another step to grow our already magnificent program.
On behalf of the Bastrop Education Foundation, we are here to award you for your grant that you wrote for your report.
Oh my God. It's an
interactive display so the kids can actually touch the screen and have it move with them and learn how to read and write with their hands. That's what they need.
Guys, this is for the mannequins that the organs come out of. And then we can learn what they look like, what they feel like, and exactly where they go.
What I did to help bring advanced robotics in, because we have a small robotics program here and we started a small robotics team here as well, but we just needed more materials. And so I reached out to the Bastrop Educational Foundation, and thank you all very much for some of the materials that we would need to continue to grow our program.
All the online learning, the kids need headphones. A lot of them bring their own earbuds, but a lot don't have them, and so it'd be nice just to have, but the grant was for 10 pair for each classroom so that every classroom can provide them.
It's a grant for innovative tools for our shop. So a lot of the tools that we use in the shop right now were purchased when the school first opened. We put together a group of tools that would be exactly the same as what they might be working on when they graduate, when they go out into the workforce.
Why don't you tell them a little bit about what the grant is for?
Well, we're getting some, I think they're kind of like
Kindles, a little bit for reading.
Oh, that'll bring tears to your eyes watching that. Anyways, so Jennifer and Amber, we're going to turn it over to you.
Thank you so much. First of all, we would just like to thank the Chamber for inviting the Bastrop Education Foundation the opportunity to come share with the community the hard work that really involves all the community. Without the community's involvement and donations in every way, we wouldn't be able to do what we do and these awesome grants that get fulfilled in the schools. I just want to introduce myself just a little bit to you. My name's Amber Greenwald. I'm just a parent in the community that saw the Bastrop Education Foundation and what they were doing, and I fell in love with it right away. As a parent right now, I have a 7th grader, a 5th grader, and a 1st grader in the schools here in the district, and I'm a big advocate for public education, and I love BISD, and I saw how quickly that the donors' money turned into things in the hands of the students. And I was like, how do I help? How do I get involved in this? And so that's what drew me to this. I'm not a business owner. I don't have a lot of money, but I have time and energy that I've been able to contribute. And that's one of the things that we'd like to emphasize to the community is that there's so many different ways to be involved in the Education Foundation. And so briefly, if you bear with me, I am going to share something with you. We have a few slides for you. And let me do that for you. Oh. Let's see. So in the background here, I'm going to have these slides going by just with some pictures of some other grants that we have that have gone through. And part of the grant process is they are from highly advanced grants to very simple. As you know, BISD is full of remarkable teachers. And let me go past. As you know, BISD has remarkable teachers that work tirelessly to educate the students. What's so awesome about what we're able to do through BEF is these teachers see a need and have an innovative idea to enhance the instructional curriculum and learning experience for the students, and then they write grants. And BEF for over 10 years, totaling over $1.5 million worth of grants, we've made their ideas come to life, helping the teachers use innovation, all different sorts of teaching methods, allows the students to learn, and really gets them prepared from the elementary level to being excited about the opportunities that they have. To like this Mission to Mars you see here, this was a grant at Red Rock Elementary that BEF paid for, and they enacted an entire mission to Mars, and it was amazing. I got to go be on their campus for this presentation and part of their Mission to Mars experience. And you should have seen the joy. I mean, not only do these grants spark learning, it sparks joy and excitement about learning. I mean, there's some kids leaving Red Rock Elementary with aspirations to be astronauts, whether it's at NASA or other private companies. They're like, I'm gonna go to space. So it's really cool to see that excitement. And then all the way into whether you're interested into arts, music, woodshop, like you saw in the grants, the secondary level, they're getting real world training from grants that we fund, from automotive type skills to woodshop, music and arts, when they graduate, they have skills that they can use for a lifetime from some of these innovative grants that the teachers have applied for. So I do want to switch over here. See, we do have a website as well that I'm going to share with you that you can see in the background. And so if you're interested or have any questions, this website, bastropeducationfoundation.org, you can go there. But I did want to let you guys know, we've had a lot of people ask, well, what did you do this year for grants? And with COVID and all the chaos of 2020, right? Well, I'm happy to say that in the spring, despite the pandemic that turned 2020 upside down, BEF continued with our grant process. With the support of our community at our annual Sportsman Banquet, BEF was able to award 50 grants across BISD campuses. And that totaled over $166,000 worth of grants that are in the hands this school year, despite a pandemic. It's amazing to see. We had grants from technology to Ozobots, where kids can learn how to code at an early age. We've had grants with Google Expedition Kits, where they can do virtual field trips, which are more important than ever during a pandemic, since they can't go on a field trip, but they can utilize Google Expedition Kits for that. And we really, really believe in the power of education to open doors, strengthen communities, and change lives. BEF truly believes with these grants, we can inspire student achievement, enhance instruction, and enrich educational opportunities. So like I said, you can get beyond in lots of different ways, whether it's financially, reading grants, and observing grants. You can make an impact in the Education Foundation. I'm going to let Jennifer Long slide over here, and I'm going to stop sharing that.
Hi, afternoon. Thanks for joining us today. I probably know most of you on our virtual meeting, but I might not know everyone. So I'm Jennifer Long. I've been on the Education Foundation board, I'm going to say close to 15 years. I'm also a graduate from the school district here and went on to A&M and earned my degree, and decided, my husband and I decided we wanted to come back and plug into the community and give back to the community we love so much. So I kind of head up our fundraising efforts, and we really want to express appreciation to all of our past donors and volunteers. I mean, without you, obviously we can't do what we do and implement these grants in the school district. So we'd also like to give a big thank you to Bluebonnet. They've stepped up to be to commit, first commitment for this year. Our year kind of runs with the school year. So unfortunately, we had to cancel our signature fundraising event, the Sportsman's Banquet that always happens in January. Due to COVID and restrictions, there's just not a great way to have our event, and we would be limited in capacity. So we don't want anyone to be left out. But school's still in session and we need your help. So if you've previously donated with us, you'll be receiving communication from us shortly. And if you'd like to join our efforts, either with a financial contribution or volunteering time, we have many ways you can plug in with us. You can visit our website. There is a donate page, on our website, and there's also a contact page where you can send us information if you want to be added to any mailings that we have. We have a Facebook page also, so we welcome you to join that. And do we have anything else? Jay, do you want to say anything? Again, thank you so much for your time today, and check out our Facebook and our website.
Well, Amber, I love what you said, despite this pandemic. I think I'm going to start using that because that is awesome. Because I think that's the attitude that we need to have. And yes, guys, in any organization, whether it's the Bastrop Education Foundation or it's another volunteer organization, we had, them talking about the Confederate monument. Guys, there's 3 ways you can give. Never apologize if you can't give of money. You can give of time, and you can give of your talents. I call it the 3 T's: time, treasures, and talents. So I know that when my kids were smaller, you know, and there was the fundraiser at the school and I was working with the PTA, I was the mom that said, oh, you want me to sell 10 tubs of cookie dough? I'll sell 100 because I had more time than I had money. These days I'm like, how much is your profit? $6 a tub. I'll write you a check and we'll call it done. You know, so anyway, so give how you can. There's all kinds of ways you can give to any organization, whether it's this one or any other. So guys, thank you for being here today and sharing what you're doing. Yes, the Sportsman's Banquet is always kind of the kickoff to the year, so I hate to see that that's not happening, but completely understand in this time of restrictions and social distancing. So anyways, best of luck to you, and thank you for being a member of the Bastrop Chamber of Commerce. So appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
But oh, wait, before y'all leave, I always let my program pick a number. So we have 41 people who signed up for this call today, and so I need a number between 1 and 41 for our $50 membership only giveaway.
Let's go with 25.
25. All right. Well, we're not going to say who it is yet because this is how I hold them on the end of the call so that I can make all my announcements. But we'll be announcing that here in just a second. But we do have a winner. I believe this person is still on the call, so we have a $50 winner today. So hang on, guys. Anyways, just a couple things. On November 17th, we have another virtual education opportunity. It's called Credit Reports and Scores, which is important to all of us, especially if we're running a business. You need to have a good credit score in order to get financing or a loan or whatever it is that you need to run your business. So Texas, Greater Texas Federal Credit Union is the one that is sponsoring this. It sounds like it's going to be really, really informative. I'm married to a banker, so I understand how important this kind of stuff is. So you will have to pre-register to get involved with it. I think it's $10. It's very nominal. So please sign up for that, and the information is on our website. We are going to have a December lunch. Normally we don't have a December lunch because we have our Mingle Jingle holiday mixer, but that's not going to be possible due to the same thing we've been talking about in this whole webinar. But we want to remain connected and engaged with our members. So we are going to have a December luncheon. Is to pick up one that we missed in the spring from not being able to meet in person. It's Family Connects through Lone Star Circle of Care. I think it's going to be really important in this time of healthcare, and anyways, it should be very informational. We are looking for a one-time sponsor for this December lunch, so if you're inclined to do a sponsorship, we would greatly appreciate it, and it supports your chamber and helps our mission. So one last thing, another fatality of COVID-19 is that we are announcing today that we are canceling our banquet in February. But do not despair. Our board of directors has been hard at work, and I think we have something bigger and better to announce shortly. So we're going to ask you to save the date of March 6th, probably like all day you want to save it. And we've got some really exciting news that we'll be announcing shortly, and a way you can support your chamber. Our banquet is one of 2 fundraisers that we have during the year, so it's important that you come out and support this event, but we're doing something completely out of the box that I think you're going to be excited to be a part of. So be watching your emails, be checking our website, and be ready to step up and sponsor this event. So I can't wait to give you the details. Anyways, but that is all I've got to announce. So our member-only drawing for our November luncheon is Norm Jones. Norm is a member through a couple different entities, his own personal business, plus the Bastrop County Rotary, and he is a great volunteer, and I am so excited to write Norm Jones a check for today for $50. Thank you for being a member. Anyways, guys, don't live in fear. Let's keep this economy going. Don't be reckless, practice your social distancing. We want to stay operational and stay open for business here in Texas. So be kind, be courteous, support each other, And I can't wait to see you at our next month luncheon. Have a great day and a great afternoon. God bless. Bye-bye.